Hey there, class. Today we're going to do 12-2, day 3 of surface areas, and today we're actually going to be covering cylinders. So a cylinder is just a circular prism, and its bases are the circles. And now think about the side. There's not really multiple sides, there's just one side. But if I actually cut open along this line and unrolled this part right here, what shape would that be? Think about it. We would actually end up with a rectangle. All right, and we have two types of cylinders here. We have the right cylinder, and that's the one that stands straight up and down and makes a right angle with the ground or its base. And then we have our oblique. Remember, oblique leans to the side, your obliques are on your side. And when you have obliques, the altitude is actually outside of the cylinder. All right, so we're going to talk about lateral area and surface area here. Lateral area is just around the cylinder, and so lateral area is going to be the same thing we were looking at before, perimeter times the height. But if we're thinking about this problem here, our perimeter is going to go around the circle. And so how can you find the distance around a circle? Distance around a circle is circumference. Remember that back from chapter 10. And so that's what our perimeter is equal to. And circumference formula we see right here is 2 pi r. So instead of using p for perimeter, we actually can put in 2 pi r times the height. So before we do surface area, let's go to this first one here, and let's find the lateral area of this figure. So for our lateral area is 2 pi r times the height. So 2 times pi, r, remember, is our radius. And so if our whole diameter is 15, that means our radius is 7.5. Our height, which remember is the distance that has nothing to do with the base, is 18. Go ahead, pause the video, type that all in, and find out what your lateral area is for this shape, for the cylinder. You get 848.2 millimeters squared. That's our lateral area. Let's go ahead and try lateral area on the next problem, which is on the back side of your note sheets. All right, so lateral area and surface area of the cylinder, it has a radius of 5 and a height of 9. So we're just doing lateral area. Remember, lateral area is 2 times pi times the radius times the height. 2 times pi is standard. Radius this time, they told us, is 5 times the height, which is 9. Go ahead, pause the video and type that all into your calculator. All right, and if you did that, you should get 282.6 inches squared. All right, let's do one more. Find the lateral area and surface area of the cylinder with a diameter of 6 and a height of 4.8. This time the diameter is 6, so what's the radius? Well, the radius is half of that. All right, so lateral area, remember, is 2 pi times the radius times height. 2 times pi, our radius we just discovered is 3, times our height of 4.8. Pause the video and type that into your calculator. And you should get 90.4 centimeters squared. All right, we are going to go all the way back to the first slide with the formulas on. And now we are going to talk about surface area. Now, when we talked about surface area in regular prisms, we did the lateral height, or the lateral area, plus 2 base areas. And it's going to be the same format here for cylinders. We're going to do our lateral area, which was 2 times pi times the radius times height, plus 2 base areas. Well, our bases are circles. So 2 times the base areas. Area formula for a circle was pi r squared. So we're going to do 2 to represent both bases times pi times r squared. So we actually went through and found this lateral area piece for all the problems. So now we just have one little more piece to do the next part. So surface area. So surface area is our lateral area, which we found, plus 2 times the base area. Base area, remember, is pi r squared. So our radius, remember we talked about our radius, wasn't the 15? It was 7.5, and we're going to square it. Go ahead and type that into your calculator. And now that you've done that, your total should be 1,201.6, and don't forget a label of millimeters squared. Remember, it's squared because we're talking about area. All right, so on this next problem, we're going to just crank through it again. Surface area is our lateral area plus 2 base areas. Base area is pi r squared. So we're going to have pi times our radius squared. Plug and chug, put it into that calculator. All right, go ahead and do that. And we end up with 439.6 inches squared. All right, surface area. Again, lateral area plus 2 base areas. So our lateral area of 90.4 plus 2 base areas, remember, area equals pi r squared. I'm sure you're getting tired of me saying that over and over. So pi, here we decided our radius is 3 squared. Pause the video, type that into your calculator. All right, we end up with 146.9 centimeters squared. And our last problem, it says a soup can is covered with the label shown. What is the radius of the soup can? All right, so this here gives us a base, or base, well, let me start that over. This here gives us our bottom here, which ends up being our perimeter, and it wraps around our soup can, which is a circle. So it's the distance around the circle. Remember, distance around circle is circumference, which is 2 times pi times r. All right, so we have our distance around, so we can put in 15.7 equals 2 pi r. So we actually don't even use this 8 inches here. It's just there to screw us up. So if we want our radius all by itself, we have to get rid of the 2 and the pi. Well, what's happening between 2 and pi and r is that they're all being multiplied. And the opposite of multiplying is division. So we're going to divide both sides by 2 pi. All right, so go ahead and finish that and come with an answer labeled with inches for class tomorrow.